Today is 3/9/25, so it's a wrap up on the 2000 Sienna 3.0 V6 timing belt job, water pump job. So this car came in here initially for a water pump job, and now we've put the water pump in and the car runs great. Can you start the car real quick?
Yep.
Just start it for like 2 or 3 seconds, you can shut it off. Perfect. Okay. So there's coolant now, and the car's leaving with a good water pump. So here's the story. If you want to do a water pump in here, you basically have to do a timing belt. To do the timing belt, you're going to need some specialized tools, like definitely an electric impact gun. And then you're going to need a tool to hold on to this sprocket so you can get this cam nut off. And then a 22 millimeter down there, and maybe another tool to hold on to the crank, or you can use a starter method. And to put the impact gun in here without the special tool, you have to take this and this out so you get the impact as much as you can in here. Now here's the other deal. You want to line up like these 3 marks down there, here, and once they're lined up, you would go ahead and mark it. And when you put it back, you don't want to, so you're going to take out the tensioner down there, which is 12 millimeters. Use the 1/4 inch drive, take it out till the tension's gone. Of course, after you marked everything. And then when you put it back, you want to match the same, if you're using the same belt, match everything up, and then you're supposed to spin it around. So there's where it's scary, because without the tensioner there, when you're spinning around, it could come off the pulley. In my situation, it came off the pulley in the back. And then it barely came off, and then I had another person spinning it clockwise, so I told him to spin it counterclockwise. So they spun it like counterclockwise, and then it came off the gears down there, and then we went clockwise, and the lines didn't match. So we're like in limbo land. So what we ended up doing was we got this mark and that mark down there correct, and for that one I took the belt off and then put a 17 millimeter in there, and that 17 millimeter likes to rock backwards. It's just the way it's sitting as the compression stroke is. So I took the 17 millimeter and I brought it back to its timing mark, put the whole belt back on, and then the machine works. Wow. So without doing that or taking that risk, I would have to take this valve cover off, and then I have to have a tool to hold onto this valve and turn these things so I know where top dead center is. And top dead center is also stuck in there. That's number 1 spark plug on the Toyota. So that's a tidbit. But ultimately, if that thing ever fell down and your time belt's off, just go ahead and bring it back and put it on again, and you should be good to go. But I did have to, and then I think I saw another video on a Honda. You have to like spin it 60 something times before it actually lines up exactly on the same mark, if everything was good. Some people take this off to make it easier to get in there. We end up not, but it was a little struggle. So if you take this off, it's easier to get in there. Again, if you're gonna open this, which you are, buy the specialized tool. And then there's also a tool to get the cam seal in there. It's basically a nut. And then for the puller down there, to get a puller off, you go to O'Reilly's and give them like $25, and they'll give you a puller set, a loaner tool. Just be prepared with some tools when you do this job, and just then you'll be good to go. And buy a kit that's called Acid. Make sure you get a metal gasket for the water pump. This $85 kit gave me a piece of paper. And that's about it. Thanks for listening. Risk Her Out. It worked great. Thank you for everyone who helped me. I think I had to contact my automotive teacher, contact my buddy who worked for Lexus, contact my dad when I was in this jam. And then the teacher said that this happens to people, and it's a common thing to happen. All right. Thank you for everyone to support me.